mystery, the future mystery. This moment is the gift. Every second.
Welcome, 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 Miracle Makers. We are in UBN Studios. I've got sweetheart Tyler making an announcement or announcing us. Go ahead, Ty.
I was just going to say the past is definitely the history. Definitely.
The past is definitely history, and everything that you have from the past is from something that you wanted in the past. Your past is a reflection of who you were being at some previous time. If you want different things in the future, you've got to really shift who you're being right now. All the decisions that you're making and having, all the having that you're having right now, so that your future truly can be the mystery and the miracle that you want it to be. Tonight, we are so excited to share so much with you. We've got in studio Tyler Larsen, Greg Larsen.
Woohoo!
Yes. Woo! And myself, Dr. Sarah Larsen. I've been having a lot of epiphanies lately. I'm a reverend, a medical doctor. I love to learn. I'm a student of Bruce Lipton's, Dr. Bruce Lipton. I'm a student of Greg Braden's, Nassim Haramein. I love the work of Dr. Candace Pert. And I've gone on and spent so much of my time somewhere between researching and falling in love with my clients and friends and really taking care of, I love to say, assignments that Source has brought to me. And so tonight's show is really a gift that I get to give myself, and precious time that you get to give to yourself. When else are you going to have this time with someone that looks to really serve you and to bring about the greatest connection to Source? Last night, Dr. Bruce Lipton was at Agape, and so on today's show, we'll be talking about him, a lot of what happened with him, along with the call-in work. We're also going to be talking about Egypt and our upcoming trip to Egypt. Those along with each of the beautiful people that are able to call in and connect. And I really see beauty as a function of being you all the way full. If we break the word down, beautiful, it's being you all the way you, not the one that is afraid, not the one whose opinions other people are kind of, when you're listening to other people's opinion, sometimes you stop being yourself. It's really, we say in our household, your opinion doesn't really matter. Other people's opinion of you doesn't really matter. It's truly how you're showing up moment to moment. And if you're able to give from the overflow of yourself because you've taken care of the well, another saying in our household is never give from the well, give from the overflow. Really make sure you're taking care of yourself. Tyler, go ahead, baby.
Wait, so could it also be like, you may be like a brute, but you're full of love?
I love the song Amazing Grace. Brute and full of yourself. Amazing Grace, that song, and the words are so, it's amazing grace that saves us moment to moment.
Wait, that was from a song?
Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace.
I know that part, but I never knew that I took that out of a song. I was just going, because it's beautiful.
Oh. You're talking about being beautiful.
Yeah.
Not brutiful.
Brutiful.
But like a brute.
I know, but you can be, because you're beautiful, beautiful, same thing, kind of.
We get all of the experiences, and it's up to us to really use the grace that we're given. Baby, how are we doing on Facebook?
We have several people liking it now. We have, let's see here, we have 6 live viewers, which is awesome. For those who are watching live, you can call in. We will start our segment. Sarah will be doing readings for folks, which is always extraordinary.
Thank you so much. And we're ready, Jarvis, to take the first caller, and we'll mix in all of the conversations about Bruce Lipton. And if you're watching this on Facebook, please share this. You never know who right now needs a medical intuitive, just an infusion of miracle activation, miracle making. So welcome, caller. Can you hear me? It's Dr. Sarah Larsen, Greg Larsen, Tyler Larsen here for you. Welcome.
Hello, Larsen family.
Hi, it's Kathy.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, we're so good. It's been such a journey. And I say this all the time. I'm a different woman every single day. But truly, it has been such a whirlwind. The last few days between Las Vegas and Los Angeles, and beautiful friends, angels that have ascended to heaven, beautiful friends that passed away in their life celebrations, and then great teachers and friends from all around. So it's been a whirlwind the last week and since the last time we spoke. So I'm so glad that you called in.
Thank you. Come to New York now. You have to come to New York.
We love New York. And as a family, we have Jasmine, our daughter's godfather, out there. And some of our dearest friends are out in New York. And we love,
good.
So yes, that is an absolute yes. And we will come visit. We just don't know when yet.
Okay, you let me know.
Yes.
I have a question. I'm seeing a neurosurgeon. They just did a test on me, an EMG test, and I'd like to know from you if you think that he's going to operate.
So besides the EMG, they were your body's saying they've been really concerned about a couple things around your neck and back. So
yes.
So tell me about that.
Okay, neck is, I have headaches 24/7, very bad pains in my neck. My back from right up past your shoulders down, I vibrate very bad. Now it's moving into my leg. I'm getting this tingling and numbness and things now starting in my legs. I don't understand any of it.
So I think they are going to think that if they alleviate pressure from part of the spinal cord, that the radiating, vibrating feeling will shift. I see that happening. Tyler, go ahead, baby.
Maybe it could be not like the circulation, because normally when you lose circulation, your foot falls asleep. It kind of has a tingling feeling.
And so I think what Tyler's saying is it might be two different things happening.
That's what I want to know. That's why I'm very nervous. I'm very confused. I don't know what they're going to say. I don't know what they're going to do. So that's why I figured you would know.
So I'm so glad that you're sharing this, and I do feel like it's two different things that are occurring. One, and I know you've done a lot of studies and tests, your body is really, really sharing that a lot of different studies and tests have been done by you, and to figure this out. And the basic, there's no real physiological, they're not seeing anything that's happening.
I know.
And that's what your body's saying. So there's a part that's well, if we open her up, maybe we can find something, because they're not seeing anything on any of the studies. And I really enjoyed Bruce Lipton's talk last night. Tyler, go ahead.
Isn't there like a thing where it's like phantom pain or something? Where it's like there's pain, and your body thinks that there's an infection, but there's actually not an infection.
There is phantom pain. That's a great where the nerves are transmitting a signal, and the signal gets stronger and stronger because one of the neurons, the glial neurons, want to protect the rest of the brain matter or the neuron matter, and so they amplify the pain signal, and more of that multiplies out. I wonder if before you went in, Kathy, if you could do a pack of
what?
I'm going to describe making a pack, like basically a cheesecloth, taking a cheesecloth and putting into the cheesecloth heated, warmed clove, heated, warmed open nuts, like walnuts, crushed almonds. This is what I'm getting from my guides, and from mixing that with castor oil into a cheesecloth. So probably the clove crushed. So if you have an herb crusher or one of those coffee grinders, you put a tablespoon of cloves. So the black solid cloves, you put walnuts, almonds, Brazilian nuts, and probably about tablespoons worth of each, and about 4 tablespoons of castor oil. You put that into a blender or a mixer or a grinder of some sort. You can also hand pound it. In Mexico, they have these great pounders, marble or wooden things that you pound, and that mix that together, mix it in with the castor oil, heat that up, and put that directly on your skin, right at your shoulders, above your neck. And so it's topical. It's on your skin. And I would leave it on for about 40 minutes with a heating pad on top. I believe you've done castor oils, like your body's saying.
I've done.
Yeah.
Yes, I've done that before. Yes.
And it feels like you've done or attempted enemas, coffee enema type things.
I've done everything that you've already told me to do.
Yeah, and this is specifically for bringing down the nerve pain and bringing down the vibration. And 40 minutes and really focused energy on the blend on the nuts, on the grinding. When you're grinding it, this is from your guides, this is from the other side. The fats, the walnuts, the almonds, even a little bit of Brazilian nuts, the selenium in that mix to the skin right around your neck and to your shoulder. Mixing that together with castor oil will really, really make a difference. And you can use that same castor oil pain pack for a while. And they say about 30 uses should be good as long as you refrigerate it.
Okay.
And
I keep it in a jar in the refrigerator.
Right. And so just add that to it. When you're done, make sure you take a tablespoon of olive oil or coconut oil or a fat oil that you like. So the toxins that were being moved by the circulation and by the heat get removed from your gut as well.
Okay. So do you think that they're going to operate?
So what I think they're going to do is really give you more neurological tests to take a look. Like
what? What else is there besides an EMG?
Right. And I think more along the lines of conversation, and it's another specialist that can take a look and define it down further. And so along the lines of, I know Greg is signaling that we might be running out of time, but along the lines of what's really, really important is being able to hear more solutions coming your way, the attention coming your way. And if but they're looking for, maybe it's an unknown virus of some sort or something along those lines, exotic travel, that sort of thing.
No.
So
this doctor, this neurosurgeon that I'm with now, he's going to send me to somebody else?
I believe they're going to just question more in detail and see if there's more they can do. Tyler, what are you getting, sweetheart?
Yeah, you could just try and get feedback from different people and like see stuff on like videos on just different places. Because maybe if you like see how like, wait, so this disease has like vibrations and this one has headaches, but there's a Baba Ga with the Namaga that has both of them or something. And then you're going to be like, doctor, I found this.
And I love what he's sharing right there. I really feel like doing these packs, and so your test is coming up, or your meeting is coming up next week.
I did the test already. I have the appointment on Friday to see the doctor.
The appointment
to
Friday.
See the neurosurgeon.
The neurosurgeon.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm
done with the testing. I now go back to find out what he's going to do. That's why I want to know what you thought. If you thought he was going to operate, because I trust you.
Right, and I think it would only be exploratory because they don't see anything present at the present time.
Is there a chip in a disc or something that they're not seeing?
So they were pretty thorough with conduction as well to check out how it was moving and the conduction. And so what I believe has happened is, I think it's a low-grade virus. It's like a low-grade viral thing. And because you notice when you have more sugar, when you have certain foods, it hurts more. Is that correct?
Yes, I do have Epstein-Barr virus.
Yeah,
that I know I do have. Yes.
So I think this is an extension of that.
Okay, so there's no discs. There's no discs involved, that are putting pressure on any nerves or anything like that.
That's what it feels like. It feels like on a micro level, they've looked for everything and could not find anything. And your body's signaling pretty much, you do hear your bones crack. You do hear that. But
he did find something on the neck.
Yeah.
He did find something on the neck, one of the nerves.
Yeah, but as the root cause of what's happening, meaning it's cracky, it's not as fluid, or the ligaments are tight, but it's not the root cause. Like, there's not a definitive cause that they can go in, and if they did surgery, it would be to explore and see if they can find more.
So then I shouldn't let them do that then.
And again, you've got to pay full attention to what they're sharing with you, but based on what I'm sensing from your body, you can do this from the outside in a less invasive way. And again, doing the cloves, the nuts, the oils on your skin, letting it be absorbed from the skin, letting the signal that your skin is hearing is heat, warmth, relaxation. And cloves are known to really clean up viruses in the nervous system. And so it will, that making your own at home, the most organic variety, mixing it in, having it heated numerous times, touching your skin numerous times, the signals repeated, the healing repeated, is what I believe. It takes work, but I think you're willing to work. And I believe, I wouldn't say that to everybody, but you're committed, and your body knows you're committed. So it's possible.
I am.
It's possible to really make the shift with just the herbals. And again, you've got to listen to your doctors. They've got all of the information present. They've got, so really listening, because you're intelligent, you're getting a lot of feedback from a lot of areas. Do this every day until you go see them.
Okay.
Okay.
I will.
I love you, Kathy. I'm so glad you called.
Thank you, Dr. Sarah. I love you, too. Thank you very much, Tyler. Hi, Greg. Thank you.
Hey, Kathy. Yes, you're so welcome.
Bye, Kathy.
Bye-bye.
Bye, honey. Bye.
Bye. Yay. Wonderful, baby. What's happening on Facebook?
We had someone from the Philippines. Julieta said, "Hi, Dr. Sarah. I'm listening. How I love your spiritual advice, shared guidance to us. More power and God bless." I'm Juliet from the Philippines.
Juliet, we're so glad you're here. Tyler, baby.
I think it's always cool when you like see stuff from like places like far away, because
That's
you're
right.
like, hey, look, those people noticed me.
Well, it just shows you how small the world is. That someone from the Philippines. It's Monday morning there, so they're
Yes.
listening on Monday morning. So
Well, we love being of service. We love that we figured out a way to give to you, Juliet, in the Philippines or wherever you might be, Miracle Maker. We really see oneness. We see each person as an extension of us, and it's just a matter of time before we figure out, truly figure out how we can get this frequency, this vibration, this elevation to everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and please share this. We love your feedback and your comments. Thank you so much. And Jarvis, we're ready for the next caller. Hi, caller. It's Dr. Sarah Larsen, Tyler Larsen, and Greg Larsen at UBN Studios. We're so excited to hear from you.
Hello.
Hi. Who are we speaking with?
Hi, my name is Fernando.
Hi, Fernando. I
Hi,
love your
I'm
name.
glad to be here. Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, you're so welcome. What's your question?
Well, like, here's the thing. Can it be possible, like, if, like, can you be connected to somebody, like, from far away? Like, if you, like, were to, like, follow them, like, on social media, but you guys never met, but, like, you know, you see their photos and the videos they post, and like, this person is always on your mind, and then all of a sudden you start seeing this person a lot, like, in your mind, like a visualization in your mind, like, and it seems like as if they're acknowledging you, or like kind of like a connection. And I'm not sure if it's just me or if I'm really connected to this person.
So it's really beautiful, because our bodies are radio signals, so to speak. We are sending out signals all the time, and we're also receiving messages all the time. Fernando, so everywhere you're having a thought, energy goes, energy flows. And every time repetitive thoughts create, and this is something that we're seeing in science, we do create results with the thoughts that we're having over and over and over again. You can cause another person to think about you. Institute of Noetic Sciences actually put husbands and wives, children, different people in separate rooms, isolated rooms. And whenever a wife thought about her husband in this isolated space, the husband's body picked up the signal, knew that she was thinking about him, because it got excited the same way as if she were there connected to him. And again, they were isolated from each other. One didn't know that the other would be thinking at different times. They measured the time, and they were able to really notice that. So we are transmitting signals, and we are also receiving signals all the time. And it's really beautiful to fully understand the more congruent we get with ourselves, the more we get down to the smallest unit of ourselves and understand ourself and are at the understanding of receiving information and sending out information from each individual cell, each individual receptor, each individual part of ourselves, the more we can have an effect in the environment. So I'm going to say that another way. When we are on Earth, and we're on Earth, all of us, all of those that I know that are listening at this moment and interacting with me right now, are going to go around the sun, are going to follow the tilt of the rotation of the Earth. All of us here, Earthlings, have to know free will on how we go around the sun or how the moon goes around us. But our free will begins inside of us. The more attention we pay to something, the more intention we have with something, the more we begin to build receptors and signals around ourselves to that particular experience inside of ourselves. So, for example, the more it was studied a phenomena, like if you buy a particular car, you will notice that particular car more and more in the environment. The more you're thinking about a particular person, the more you're intending and sending thoughts into the world about that person, the more there is a receiving on their end, whether they know you or not. And whether they are reflecting that understanding of you is interesting. It comes down to something like this understanding. The more powerful that person is in their own presence, the less the outside forces can affect them. So the more grounded I am in who I am, the more I understand how I perceive the world, the more that I'm connected every moment to understanding the subtle energy that causes me to feel or receive, the more I'm able to be isolated from outside influences. So I'm going to say that another way. A guru in India took acid, like Ram Dass's guru took acid, like a massive dose. And he said, my consciousness is stronger than anything outside myself. I can take these chemicals and they're not going to have an effect. And he demonstrated hours and hours of being coherent, even though he took this toxin, a dose that would kill a normal person. Your vibration, your signaling another person, the more intention and thoughts you have in that area, the more you are able to, depending on their vibration or frequency. And we're not having individual thoughts. Our thoughts are not unique. We now know that a group of people will have the same type of thoughts in the same place. That group think, we can document it, we can study it. Tyler, I know you've got a question, maybe, or a comment.
Because, it doesn't matter how, because, swallowing acid, people are like, that's impossible. No one could do that. But, scientists have figured out that there's billions and billions of bajillion universes out there, so anything's possible. If you believe in it, you don't have to have hard facts. They're pretty much already out there that anything's possible. You can do it.
You can do it. I love this.
You may have to go to another universe, but that's for later.
And Fernando, the quantum physicists really talk about each one of us have our own individual experiences. So we have 4 billion bits of information that are coming to us per second possible. We can only register about 2,000 bits of information per second. And most of us have to cancel out information. We have to cancel out the outside noise to make sense of the reality based on our belief system. And so each of us is having our own unique experience. Each of us is canceling out a lot more information in our environment. And so when you're noticing this person is responding in a way consistent with how you're thinking, even though you're not connected in the real world, it really speaks to you are more powerful than you will ever fully realize until you're fully integrated into knowing how to receive more and more bits of information. Did that make sense?
Yes. So then it really is her then. Because I mean,
go ahead. Can you give me an example?
I mean, no, I understand. So then it is her that she's acknowledging me in my mind, because I can like visually see her, and even outside of me. But I also feel bad because I'm not in a good situation, living situation. So there's other attachments also connected to me, and these attachments are negative. And whenever I feel
everything that lifts you up, and I'm seeing a little bit of the attachments, and I'm seeing the energies around you, Fernando. Everything that lifts you up and inspires you and motivates you, it's really important to get more and more concrete with that in the environment. Put the things that inspire you in writing. Put those in images around you. You've also got to clean up a lot of the environment around you. You have said a lot of things that you're trying to backtrack out of. Does that sound right?
Meaning that I'm trying to like get rid of these attachments.
Yeah, you're trying to get rid of these attachments.
I mean, for lack of a better word, but yes.
Yes, and so.
Yeah, yes, I am.
And so.
That's why I'm moving out of this place that I currently live in, because this mainly because I'm very sensitive as well. Because I also do a lot of meditation. I do several different types of meditation practices. So it makes me very sensitive, and I can sense things as well. So you're
sensing the energies around you, and it's really important to make concrete what you believe and what you're wanting. Yes, let go of the attachments. You can only let go of attachments verbally, meaning you have to say the words in a loving, kind manner, and then stay consistent with that. You've done it on some level, but you haven't stayed consistent with the letting go vibration. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's hard because it's like constant, like 24/7, and it's just overwhelming. It's because it sucks too, because these attachments, these other people, it affects her, and I can see that it affects her a lot. And it hurts me because it's my fault, and it makes me look bad, and it makes her look bad, and I don't want her, I don't want no negativity or anything bad happen to her, or any bad,
So we've got to
they affect you in the physical
source.
As well,
Fernando, you've got to trust source. You've really got to trust source 100%. And the trusting of
Yeah, well,
source is it's
Source always
happening.
brings everything back in balance.
Right. It
But
brings
these
everything
attachments,
back in balance, and it's so important because you're doing a great job. You just have to you have to stay focused with the agreements and with the people, one step at a time, and one baby step at a time, and visual concrete. It's all of this and all of the energies, all of the love, everything that's been created, even the attachments, this too shall pass. And this really getting very strong on what is the best next move and how can I stay uplifted. So please don't.
yes,
I'm gonna finish the statement because I think this is really important for you. Please don't cast her in a role that has her suffering in some way, because then you're co-creating that rather than just trust.
I try not to.
Yeah, fully trust everything's happening, and to really see
I do.
and I see that you do. And it's really creating the language and the words around you that helps you release this and all the attachments with grace and ease and consistency. And so, Fernando, I would love for you to say one more.
I have one more question.
We ran out of time, but if we can.
Can I just ask you?
Sure.
Do you see me with this person in the future someday?
So
this person that
I see both of you guys having to raise your vibration in particular areas to wind up connecting and staying connected. So the answer is yes, with the caveat of both of you being in really joyous, accomplished, high frequency vibration. Did that make sense?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. I'm sending you hugs through the airways, Fernando. Thank you so much. Tyler sent you one too.
I feel something. I feel something. Something like. Yeah, I felt something like. I feel like some kind of. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it's somebody attached to me. Really strong energy attached to me right now.
Yeah.
I felt the vibration and everything.
Well, thank you for calling. We'll do this again in a couple weeks. Will you come back? And we're on Facebook, and we send out all of the info at Dr. Sarah Larsen from our newsletter. So there's a self-love guided meditation and a dream body meditation. I would love for you to use those to raise your vibration just over and over and over again. It will help you release, especially the self-love one, the attachment vibration, so that you raise your vibration so nothing can come in to this amplified field of yours.
Right.
Thank you, Fernando.
That sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sarah.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time. You're amazing and awesome.
Thank you. Yes. Yay. Bye for now.
More hugs for Fernando.
Yes, more hugs. And we'll take the next caller so we can get as many people in. Welcome, caller. It's Dr. Sarah Larsen. Greg is setting up the timer to help us. Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Who are we talking to?
This is Dee. How are you?
Dee, so good. How great. How do you feel? I'm just so glad that you're calling.
I'm glad to have gotten through. I feel like I'm at a place of crossroads in many ways. And I would appreciate anything you may see coming through me, or I don't know, I feel like I have tons of questions, but I'm not really sure where to start. So sometimes it's good to just start with what you may see, I guess.
So what I do see very clearly, you have two big decisions coming up. There's a process of career stuff, and there's a process of moving stuff. Moving has to do more with internal adjustments and cleaning up your environment a little bit to make more room. So career-wise, it's interesting because you have more than one thing you want to focus on right now.
Yeah.
So tell me about that just a little bit, and we'll piece that out as quickly as we can.
Sure. I feel like there's a lot of things. Well, not I feel like there are a lot of things that I could do and that I would be good at, but I find myself in this place often of what do I do now, or what do I put my energy towards? So like there's, on one hand, I definitely want to work for myself, but I'm not in a financial position to do that right now. And I'm up for another job, and I have another idea about some other things to generate money, but I just kind of feel like I'm in this place of what do I do? And I feel like I've put energy towards things in the past, and I'm just not sure what to put the energy towards now.
So I would love for you to put, you've got a target, like amount of resources that you want to reach before you give yourself total freedom. It's really funny. There's like a target number for you, or a target idea of what will help you feel safe. Like you've been organizing yourself. That's what your guides are saying, that you've been organizing yourself. And tell me about, there's this energy of writing that comes in so strongly.
I enjoy writing. Writing is something that I do, and that I've looked at in the past as a way to, like, I get this thing always comes back to me being able to take care of myself and feeling like I can take care of myself. And so these options and my reasoning, or the way that I look at things, is like, can I take care of myself, and can I do these other things that I want to do? So it's interesting you say writing, because there's definitely a large writing piece to the job that I've applied for, and then there's a writing piece to just me in general.
Well, this is what you love to do. You do it all the time, no matter what. And so what I'd love for you to do is continue to apply for jobs that let you do that. And it feels like it's coming in to where you've got such a great imagination too, that there's all sorts of things that are coming from even some of the little things that you've written and submitted. Okay. So I'm going to answer that another way, just so it's really, really clear. Continue to write your greatest good and share what you're writing along with the jobs that you apply to that have you send in a little bit of your writing. It will get you into position or into place that lets you make more money and resources of writing. And that's where your freedom comes in. It's like a hit of some sort that you have residual income that comes in on co-writing with someone. It's very, very clear that sharing that. Tyler, go ahead, sweetheart.
I know, because in our car we listen to a lot of like audiobooks, and sometimes like things fold out, like you're like, I wonder if someone's like writing a story about me, and that was like a main part or something, because they just fold out like, oh, that happened, then that happened, then that happened.
That's funny, because thank you, Tyler. This is kind of ties into something I've been told to do many times and kind of dabble in, which is my life story. And I've started writing it a little bit, what Tyler just said kind of pops up to me every once in a while. I'll think, well, will anybody even care about that? Or something will happen and be like, nobody will believe this, but it actually happens. I've got to write it down. So I will continue to do that. So thank you to both of you. You've got to
do that.
I am
so beautifully. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You've got to do that so beautifully. Tyler, go ahead really quickly.
D, I see that you must be enthusiastic about writing. Comedy.
All I can say is yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. I know you had one more thing that you wanted to do really quickly.
Yeah, I'm curious as to the second thing you talked about, which is the move, because and you mentioned it being internal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But I'm actually in a situation where I'm wondering if I'm going to have to physically move. So I'm just it's just very intriguing that that's what you brought up, and that's kind of where I am. So I'd like to know more about that if you've got anything.
Sure. It comes up where if you write and follow this, the outside move doesn't have to happen. It's an internal shift, because there's been parts around fear around moving. You're really in an interesting environment, like kind of the ideal environment to some degree to launch from and make a final, not like a final move, but a next step move. Rather than moving laterally, equal, you're in a position that if you stay put for a little while and really listen, and I'd love for you to go back and listen to this recording for yourself, this portion of it, because you'll get more out of it every time you listen, from the standpoint of the words coming through from your guides are very specific. Writing, applying the comedy, even Tyler, threw in, you're a comedian.
Yeah.
Right. Writing your story out, writing it for children, writing it also because from the child's perspective within you, saying no one's going to believe this, but this really happened, and here's what happened, and then making it comedic from the standpoint of being sold as a script or something in the future as well.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of an equal move, if you stay put and you give yourself a particular period of time at where you are, you will be able to make a vertical move, up-leveling move. Tyler, go ahead, baby.
Well, this is one thing that if I ever make a life book story thing, whatever it's called, that I would definitely do, to add comedy. Well, whenever Dad makes a joke, it kind of just like kills the mood. It's like everyone's laughing, and then Dad's like, why did the hippo cross the road? Because there was more hippos over there. I would just like edit that part out and just have someone like just edit that out, just cut that out, or we could just like change it so like some other guy said like, why did the dinosaur cross the road? Because chickens weren't invented yet.
Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you, Dee. We would love for you to call in a couple weeks and let us know what happened for you.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Jeanette thank you so much. Yeah, Jeanette had said, "Hi, Larsen family. Greetings from California." Thank you, Jeanette, so much for your comment on Facebook.
And we've only got 3 more minutes, and I'd love to take the next caller. Hi, welcome, caller. It's Dr.
Hello.
Hi. Who are we speaking
Hello?
with? Hi, you're on.
Okay, my name is Alexandra. Hi.
Welcome.
Alexandra.
Welcome, Alexandra. How can we help you?
I have 2 questions. It's the career and a love life. I would like to change my job, but I don't know if it's the right time. And I've been seeing a person for almost a decade, and I'm trying to leave him behind and move on. And I'm not sure if it's the right thing I should do, or I should keep hanging with him. I don't know, because we have a very deep connection, but I feel a gap also, so I'm ready to leave him behind.
You've thought about leaving him before, and this has been the strongest that you've ever been. There is a strong connection between you guys, but it tends to bring you down. The relationship tends to bring you down. and it winds up, you've got goals and ideas and movement that you want to make. And this, you've been thinking about leaving this relationship for a long, long time. And you've been afraid to. Part of that is there someone else? There is another relationship that is available for you. You've noticed it from time to time that you could have, it'd be really great to leave this, to really give yourself a time period off from any relationships. I would say at least 6 months to not really be in anything, and then to move into something else. And what I see around you is, it's interesting because teaching, as soon as you started talking, teaching came up. And so tell me about your work.
Right now, I am a secretary, but I don't like my job, so that's why I want to leave.
So are you looking at being, I would really love for you to look at in your neighborhood positions of being a tutor, or look for tutoring sort of positions, because you're so gentle when there are young people around you, or when you're educating or teaching, when you're interacting with someone. It's really, the way that you show up is really, really sweet. And it'd be really great for you to learn tutoring or being with more people that way. Paid to tutor, paid to be with people. And so right now it seems like there's a lot between paperwork and between, it's not as easy for you to do what you were doing before, because it seems like more and more work is being added to you.
Yes, so right now it's too much. That's why I want to leave.
Yeah. And so you can, for 6 months, but stay where you are with the work and begin looking for, make a 6-month plan. Look for a position of tutoring. And slowly getting more and more hours tutoring, leaving the relationship, and really inviting and inventing a new you. Did that make sense?
Oh, yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. I want to leave the relationship for so long.
Yes.
But you talking about tutoring, well, it's a lot of fields. I don't know what subject.
I would go to the library near you, and I would take a look at beautifully, very, very beautifully in that neighborhood, looking for a job or tutoring people to read or speak English. And from there, just volunteering. And then after doing maybe a few, like going through their program, learning through the library how to teach others to read or to volunteer, then I would go and begin applying in sort of the tutoring places around your home, so that you don't have to drive far and begin, or travel far. And I would begin then tutoring there. It feels like it's a new group of people, a new path opens up for you from that. Tyler, go ahead.
Okay.
Tyler wants to add something.
And it's also like, because that's really good if you like find places in your area, because like if you're going to somewhere far away, it also costs a lot of money to get gas, because like even if it's only like 2 miles farther away than this other place, like if you go there every week or something, or like 3 times a week or something, and you do that for like a year, that's like, because if it's like, isn't it like,
I will have less income. Yes, thank you.
I think the point that he really wants to hit home is everything is around you, close to you. You can start making the shift by saving to be able to leave your work and really step into something that lights you up a lot more. So Thank you so much for your call, Alexandra.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, all of you. Thank you.
We love you. We look forward to your next couple of weeks. Please give us a call and let us know what happened for you.
Yes, I will. Thank you so much.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. Miracle Makers, we're going to make sure Jarvis holds on to the numbers and and we'll give you a quick call on the ride home, or a FaceTime, or so we'll hold on to those numbers. We'll give you a call on the ride home as we're driving home, as many as we can fit in. Tyler, go ahead, baby.
And for a secret, not link, but thing that might go up on like social media or somewhere, this is the ending of the Larsen Show. Larsen Show.
The past is history, the future mystery. This moment is the gift.